Good morning students. Today in chapter number 12, that is light, shadows and reflection, we will do the topic that is given on page number 141. The topic is transparent, opaque and translucent object. So you can read the content from here and I am explaining you one by one. So look here. What are transparent object? So the first is transparent object, the material through which things can be seen clearly. They are known as transparent object, like glass. You can see the glass frame in the window also. You can see from the glass to, or you can see the other side of the glass also very clearly through the glass material. So the things through which you can see the things clearly, that are known as transparent object, and clean water is also an example of transparent object. Second is translucent object. So translucent object are materials through which things can be seen but not clearly. So the material through which the things can be seen but not clearly, that material or object are known as translucent object. For example, butter paper and from oily patch on paper. If you will see through the butter paper, you can't see things clearly. So the butter paper is an example of translucent object or material. Third is opaque object. So what are opaque object? Opaque object are the opposite of transparent object. Opaque object are those through which things cannot be seen. They are known as opaque objects. So the object through which things cannot be seen, they are known as opaque object, or you can say material. Example, book and rock. Through book and or you can rock or any solid material like this, you can't see things from it. That objects are known as opaque object. So in these three you should know their difference and at least two example of each. Now we will talk about the shadow. So what is a shadow? And this is given on page number 142. If you will open this page number 142, they have written about the shadow. So first I am explaining you the definition of shadow. So a shadow is formed when the path of light is obstructed by an opaque object. It is always black or gray. So what is a shadow? Which is formed when the path of light is obstructed, when the path of light is stopped by any opaque object. Opaque object we have done, through which you cannot see things. They are known as opaque objects. So this is the definition of shadow, and this I will explain you with the help of this diagram which is given in your book. So see the diagram here. This is the diagram showing shadow of a book. See here, this is the hand and this hand is holding a torch. When you switch on the torch, then light falls on this book, and when light falls on this book, then the shadow of book is formed on the table. So this is the way in which shadow is formed. Now here, this is only explaining the definition of shadow. Shadow is formed when the path of light. This one is the path of light. When it is obstructed by an opaque object. This is opaque object and this path of light is stopped by this, and due to which the shadow is formed. Now second thing is that you should know what is screen. Now for screen I will first tell you regarding this picture. So the second thing is that two diagrams are there. See these two diagrams. In the first diagram, see this girl. This girl is holding a torch. And when you switch on the torch, then what will happen? The light of torch will fall on this boy. Okay. But you can see that there is no shadow formation here. And see the now second picture. Here girl is also doing the same thing which she is doing in the first picture, that she is holding a torch, and when she switch on the torch, and the light of torch falls on this boy, then light, and due to this you can say the light of torch, there is a formation of shadow. This you can see the black color shadow of boy is there, so shadow is formed. So what is difference between these two? The difference is that in the second picture there is formation of shadow. And why there is a formation of shadow? Because this boy is standing near to the wall, and on the wall the shadow can be formed. So this shows that for the formation of shadow, one structure is required, that is known as screen. Now see in this picture also, in this diagram also, this is the torch, and in torch if the light is falling on this wall and shadow is forming here, this shadow is also forming on some screen. So these are known as screen on which that particular shadow is forming. And if you will see in this diagram picture, you can see that here is also shadow is forming, but shadow is forming on the table here. So the table is here, it act as a screen. So what is basically screen? Look here, screen, the opaque object like book, wall of building, ball are necessary to form shadow. Such as surfaces are known as screen. So surfaces which are required, which are necessary for the formation of shadow, they are known as screen. Now the shape of shadow depends upon three things: the shape of object, the position of source of light, means from where light is coming, and third is size of the source of light, that what is the size of source of light. More is the distance between the source of light and object, the smaller will be the shadow, and the vice versa. So these are the things you have to do in this topic. And the assignment which is related to that, this is the assignment related to this, that you have to do in your rough notebook, and read page number 141 and 142 of this chapter. And if there is any doubt, you can WhatsApp on my number. Thank you and have a nice day.